got to admit, before I left for vacation, I was pretty tired. I had been, I'd spent a lot of time doing this. We do a lot of strategy type stuff. I'm always working with whoever needs me, and I got a little worn down. I mean, I'm 66 years old. I don't bounce back quite as quick as I used to. So now that I've been rested and recharged, I'm all fired up about doing this. And that's what's going to show you on the next thing that I'm going to show you. I'm going to share my screen. And I'm going to take you to my dalefranklin.net. Now, you guys remember, this is where a lot of stuff happens that we created this. So a lot of stuff, you'd have access to a lot of stuff in one place, okay? Not only information, but everything you need as far as clicking on to different groups. The reason I want to talk to you about this today, I want you to really pay close attention, is I'm about to show you something we're developing that I think is going to change the way we do business, okay? So quickly, I'll go through this. This is the home page, which just kind of shows you a few things about the page. Here's the opportunity blog, which, come on, here we go. Here's a place you can go and you see, there's an opportunity presentation. There's some new affiliate orientation. There's a opportunity presentation by Lennon and Connie. So there's a lot of stuff there. Who is Dale? That's just a little bit of tidbit on me. It tells you a little of the history of how I got into the business and what I've done in the past. But here's the important thing, and I know I've showed you this guys before, but I'm going to something special today. Here's everything you need if you want to subscribe to my email list. You want to connect on Telegram. As far as downloading Telegram, there's the Telegram application, there's the WhatsApp application. So we're trying to make everything as simple as possible for people to get hooked up. There's my Facebook connection. Here's the Facebook groups, Win Network, Win Testimonials, and Team We. Here's the Facebook page for My Daily Choice. But the thing that I want to show you today that's going to really, I think it's going to excite everybody. You've seen this before. This is where my library of all the meetings, like this meeting we're having right now, this is where this goes. And there's so much stuff here. I've been very, very fortunate to be able to speak to so many fantastic leaders like Sonia, Chris Bailey, Chris Robinson, Jermaine Johnson, Lennon Ledbetter, Cyrus Mathuit. It just keeps going on and on and on. Adrian, they're all here, and you can listen to any of them. But the thing I want to show you today that I'm hoping will get you excited, if you want to build internationally at all, is this right here. Now this
income, you might have heard of residual income. Residual income is when you do something.
Okay. At
Verizon, we want to put the power of 5G in the hands of everyone.
Let me try that one more time.
One time and get paid over and over again. And it's
there. What I wanted to show you is this is Chris Bailey's presentation. All right, a lot of us have seen it. Chris Bailey does a fantastic job of presenting. And what I have done, what I've done, I've started working with this company called Spiffio, and they are a company who takes and puts subtitles on these videos. So, and I want to show you guys how to do it, because that's the one thing that's a little cumbersome. Okay, Chris is here speaking right now. Now, say that you're working with somebody from Africa that speaks Swahili. Okay, go down here. Where do you go? All right, there. Come right down here. Go to closed caption. And right now that's coming up. That's going to be Ukrainian. But if you do closed caption, that brings up the subtitle. And then you go to this little gearbox thing. Click on that. Click on subtitles. And you can choose, that one's in Russian right now. If you want Swahili, there you go. And if he starts to play,
the way wealthy people get paid. These are team
it's going
commissions.
To show.
So you not only get.
Now, we're going to eventually have this in French. We're going to have it. We already have it in Spanish. Again, if you see here in the settings, and go to subtitles. We've got it right now in Russian, Spanish, Swahili, Ukrainian, and we're building in Ukrainian very hard right now. Russia's going to be opening in another month or so, so we're getting prepared for that. Where people are opening, and a lot of people are opening business in South America, not to mention the EU. So we got Spanish, and we've got the Swahili. According to some of my friends, that opens the door for about 200 million Africans that we might not have access to otherwise. And what I'm doing here is, now eventually what's going to happen, once we get the company to do it, what's going to happen is when you pull up some of this information, let's see here, when they go to, okay, you're going to see all this information down under here is going to be also in the language. So they're basically going to, and we're already that way with some languages. For instance, in Ukrainian, if I pull up a Ukrainian video slideshow, it's going to be in Ukrainian. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to overlay Chris's voice, Chris's persona, his excitement, his presentation ability. We're going to try to overlay that over a slideshow that is in specific language, and then also have that language scrolling across the bottom of the presentation. So they're going to hear somebody speaking in English, but they're going to be able to see the screen in their language and see what he's saying in the scroll bar down at the bottom. Now, I've been told that, especially in Africa, using this for Swahili, no one else has done this. There's no one else in the world that has done this. So we think we're going to be one of the very first. Now, obviously, our company hasn't got the slideshows in Swahili yet, but we do have it in the scroll bar at the bottom. Now, obviously, I've had people look at this, and a few people have brought up the fact that, you know, a couple things were off, and we tried to correct them. I'm sure that there's going to be other things that we're going to have to correct, because the company that does this doesn't, you know, makes mistakes like everybody else. But, and as people see a mistake, all they got to do is reach out to me and tell me what the mistake is, and we'll get it changed. But if I wait until everything is perfect, we'll be waiting for months, you know? So I believe in the best thing to do is to get it out there, let people use it, let people work with it, and then fix it on the fly if we have to. But again, I just think this is so important as far as what we're doing. We're in the first phase. Right now we have Chris talking in English. We have the presentation slideshows in English, and they'll have the scroll bar at the bottom in their language. Like I said, eventually we have hopes that we will have Chris's voice overlay over top of the slideshow in the specific language. So I hope you're as excited about this as I am, because this is going to open the door. I'm trying to give us an advantage over every other network marketing company in the world and everybody that isn't on our team within My Daily Choice. And I think this is doing it. Okay. So I spent a fair amount of money to get this done, to set up have a 1-year contract with these guys. We're eventually going to even be able to do hopefully live presentations, and we'll have the scroll bar going across the bottom at the same speed as we're talking, or just slightly delayed. So we're going to be able to really, really crank this up. But for now, we're doing it with the way we're doing it right now. They were transposing all the information in English to the server, and then they're changing all the languages for us. So again, I'm super excited about this, because this is going to be unique to us. And I think it's going to give us such a step up above everybody else. I hope the rest of you see the same. But again, I just run it for a little bit longer, let you see here.
At Verizon, we want to put the
Maybe
power
I'm
of
all-
5G.
Maybe I screwed up here.
Great. So it's a
There we
really, really great spray for working out and recovery. Then we have Shield. Shield is our alkaline spray. If you know anything about when your body's in a full alkaline state, it's hard for you to get sick and catch viruses. And obviously that's a big seller for us now. It's one of my favorite. I make sure I take it. And again, my health has been amazing. And then sleep spray is probably our biggest seller or close to it because so many people got sleep issues. When I take that sleep spray, I'm usually out within 2 minutes cold. And this is from a person who had over 30 years.
So again, you can see that we can change it from to Spanish, to Russian, to Ukrainian. We're gonna be working on several other countries. And when we open a new country, like I'm working on Bulgaria right now, and a few places like Germany and places like that, also Hungary and Romania. When we're able to go into those countries and start right off, making them feel good because they're seeing everything in their language, it's just going to open some doors that we never had a chance to open before. So let me get out of this. So I'm kind of curious what you guys had to say about that one. Great idea. Good. I like that. So that is that part of what I wanted to talk about today. I think this is a game changer, guys. It's not that anybody else can't do this, but the one thing that I've learned about network marketers in general is they all like to make good money, but they don't like to spend a lot of money on building their business. And I'm a businessman. I have been my whole life. So I realize you have to invest to make, and that's what I'm doing. I'm taking what I've learned in business over the years. I'm trying to add it to what we're doing now to give us every advantage over everybody else that I can think of. So I hope that's exciting to you. So we'll move on. The meeting today was about, I was hoping I'd have a fair amount of people here, but you guys will have a lot to say about what's going on in the future. This meeting today was more for me to ask you guys stuff. First of all, do you like, obviously I'm not having a lot of people show up the last couple of weeks, so I'm wondering if I was always interviewing somebody and then I stopped interviewing people for a while because a few of the people that I had asked to be interviewed kind of at the last minute kind of stepped away, and I had to kind of wing it. But it seems like people enjoy the interview process with the people that I've been interviewing. Would everybody agree to that? If you can, just give me a note in the chats. But the things I really want you guys to reach out to me and let me know is, I'm just going to go down through and read these. Again, I desperately need your help. This call we're having each week, is it a benefit to you? Do you feel that what we're doing what we've done in the past is good? I mean, as far as, do you like the interview process that I've been doing, as far as bringing people on and interviewing them and getting to know a little bit about how they got into the business, how they're doing in the business, and what they see coming forward in the business, type of thing. We've done it in the past as kind of a conversation between me and the interviewee, but if you guys don't like that, I certainly can shut up more and let it be more of a just, I can invite people and let them do training. But I personally like the idea that we were intermingling so people could see the real person, get the personality out. But again, if that's not something that you guys like, then please let me know. I don't do this for me. I do this for you guys. So should I change we talked about the time of this call. I'm gonna look into that and probably do that. It'll probably be 1 hour later. Do you want more calls? In other words, live opportunity calls or one-on-ones? We set times up on a weekly basis. In other words, I can do by appointment, but I don't get many people to call and ask me to do that. So this call we're doing right now, would you rather continue the way it is and be training, or would you rather it be an opportunity call? Would you rather it be training 3 weeks out of the month, and 1 week out of the month it's an opportunity call? Would you like a separate call that's a live opportunity call? Would you like it to be again a set time so you guys know when it is? Or and if we do a live call, do you want it to be held like we're doing on Zoom, and individually, or maybe a lot of people could meet at the office and I could do a Zoom call directly at the office, or a combination thereof. So I know I'm asking a lot of questions. I got a lot more to ask, but please, I want to make sure we're doing what's right by you. Let me just look and see what I'm seeing for responses. Okay, I agreed to the interview. Very insightful. We always learn something from interviews. I always love the trainings here. This is helping me. Thank you. So again, I don't want to leave anything out. So think about whether or not you want. I know we have a lot of opportunity presentations, so maybe you think we've got enough. Maybe we need more. You let me know that. Of course, we have a lot of that in recordings, which we can use, especially with what I just showed you a few minutes ago with the different languages through Chris Bailey. So what else do I want to talk about? So I said, do you like the interviews? Leaders, are there specific leaders that you really, really gravitated towards? Well, Lennon Ledbetter, Jermaine Johnson, Chris Robinson, Chris Bailey, Cyrus Matthew, all the different people that I had come on, Apollo. There are specific people that really resonated with you more, or do you just like what I'm doing as far as trying to give you a good cross section of different type of distributors? Let's mix things up. Opportunity call and then more trainings. Okay, cool. Despite setbacks and disappointments. Yep, I love that. I love that. Good. This is all. Keep it coming, guys. This is what I'm looking for. Again, I want this to be a valuable tool for you guys. Let's see. Training. We like interaction. Topics. You guys say you like the interviews. You're talking trainings. You're talking opportunity presentations. I've had some people ask me about more on product knowledge. Is that something you guys want to see more of? Would you like me to spend maybe one week a month talking about either one specific brand that we sell, or one specific product? Or we could also talk about, Candice Bird Davis is always talking about creating a package for people. Somebody wants to lose weight, so you could, instead of just talking to them about Trim 365, you add in the E-Cell, maybe a boost, maybe one of the vitamin type things like Peak or something like that. So let's see. Let's deepen on product knowledge. Okay, this is what I'm looking for, and let's see. Split the brands up. Split the brands up. Okay. Okay. This is good. This is good. So let's see. Would you like more? Here's another thing. Would you like more actionable calls? And what I mean by that is we can continue on with this call, and this call can be our information call or opportunity call and all that kind of stuff, and we can promote it that way. But what about for serious leaders, for serious people that want to really do this business? Whereas, this is one thing to train, having another call that is basically where we sit down and go, okay, what are we going to do this month? How are we going to promote this month? What are we going to push for? What are we going to key on using kind of what's going on with the corporate office and stuff like that, but setting goals for everybody, really pushing it to the same way that if you were working in a business, in any other business, you sit down, you plan your goal for the month or for the quarter, you plan where you want to be at the end of that month, and then when you set what your goal is going to be, then you back off from that by the week, by the day, sometimes even by the hour, to decide what you need to do to reach those goals, and then set up an action plan to get there. And again, having a weekly meeting like this, then you have a place where people can come, and if you're going to come on the call, it's going to be a hard call. It's going to be like, okay, you said you're going to do this, this, and this by the end of the week. Have you done it? Tell us why you did it. Tell us why you didn't do it. Are you still serious? Kind of a place where the truth hits out there. You got to be able to back up what you say. I just think this is something that's important for people who are very, very serious and want to keep going. What do we got here? Some of us have issues with financing our business. Some knowledge sharing and tips in this area as well as would be great. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, it's there's a lot of ways to get in this business where you can think outside the box. I'll just give you an example of that real quick. When I was in, let's see, where's I was in Kenya. Yeah, I was in Kenya. Oh, this was back maybe 6, 7 years ago. And a minister got up and told me he had a group of college kids that wanted to do this business, but they couldn't afford to get started. And said, what can you do? And I suggested that the 10 of them, there was 10 of them, I said the 10 of them pool their resources and buy one kit as a group. And then they go out and work as a group until they start making money. And as they're making money, they slowly pool the money enough so then they can buy a kit for each one of the individuals. And so that everybody can get in at the same level. And that worked out really well. He went back, he talked to his college students, and they did that. And when it was all said and done, of the 10 that got started, about 6 stayed in it long enough to make enough money so that they could have their own individual spots. And so it ended up they were making money 2 ways. Everybody was making a little bit of money off the first spot, and then all the people that got their other spots got them underneath that entity. And from there we built their team. So again, that's just one idea. There's many ideas that we can go over as far as helping people afford to get into this business, because this business is very affordable for anybody, no matter where you are in the world. Let's see. And again, this thing I was just talking about would be for leaders and real serious growers only, people who are really motivated to change their lives over the next 90 days. So just let me know what you think of that. Let me see what we got here. I have a problem with participating in promos and then find myself maxed out on credit and not able to keep up with subsequent auto ships. Gotcha. The whole idea behind, and we can talk about this down the road, but on promos, I usually, before I buy a promo, I usually pre-sell the promo. I don't have to. It's just kind of a thing I do. If there is a promo out there, I go out and find people that I can maybe cut a deal. If there's a promo, I can explain to them that, hey, this is normally X amount of dollars, and now I can get it for you this amount of dollars. You have this certain problem. You're having trouble with sleep. You're having trouble with pain in your joints. You're having you've been complaining about the fact that your shampoo isn't working the way you'd like it to. Whatever it is, if that's on promo, then you just go after those people. So again, to make that work throughout your life, you have to be a good listener. You got to understand your friends and what they are, what are their problems. So you just got to be a good listener. I do that all the time. I know I have a certain group of friends that have sleep related issues. I have a group of people that have breathing issues. I have at my age, I have people that have lots of aches and pains. So everybody's problems, and then when there's suddenly a promo on something that can help that particular person, you reach out to them. And I'll tell you, you'd be amazed how many people, when you bring up the fact, hey, I know you're having trouble sleeping, I got this product that's worked great for me, I think it worked great for you, and it's on sale right now. What would you like to buy some? And then ask them, okay, if you have that sleeping problem, you probably talk to some of your friends that also have the same sleeping problem. Give me their names so I can call them up. We'll get a package deal for all of you at the same time. So again, those are just ideas. There's a million ideas, and that's where some sort of a leadership group to talk about this certainly would come in. So you're not just getting my ideas; you're getting the ideas of many, many, many people. Okay. Let's see what else. I think that's it. Yeah. So again, if you guys decide you want a group like that, I can put it together. It would be, as I said, it's for leaders and serious growers only. There'd be a lot of strategy planning and implementation. There would be a lot of goal setting and making sure people put them to task. If they say they're going to do something, what happens when you have a group like this is the first month, everybody says, oh yeah, I'm going to be a 50K affiliate by the end of the month. And by the end of the month, you've got half of those people didn't even make 1K. And then you kind of have to tone them down and go, all right, okay, you went for that gusto, but now let's look at this thing seriously, okay? Maybe this month your goal needs to be 1K, and next month we'll try to get you to 5K. Let's get everything in a real perspective as far as what is going to be your ability to do. And once you do that, and people start seeing they're making little goals and starting to achieve them, then it's very easy to try to make the next goal. If you've made 1K, you know how to make 1K. So then you go out and find 5 other people and help them do the same thing. Now you're a 5K. That's how you build this thing. And some people just get too caught up in the moment and say, oh, I'm going to be a 50K by next month. And I mean, that's not the realistic part of it. I mean, do people do that? Certainly. But let's be real, most people don't. So we have to set our goals accordingly. The beautiful thing about this business is to make life-changing income. And what I mean life-changing income for most places around the world, an extra $200 to $500 a month can be life-changing. In many other countries, $500 to $1,000 a month can be life-changing. Both of those income levels are very attainable in this business, very attainable. And all you have to do is set your goals and make sure you reach for them. Set a certain amount of time every day to this business. Just like you would, if you had a job and they told you to be there 8 to 4:30 every day, if you don't go there from 8 to 4:30, you can get fired. You're not going to get paid. Well, same thing with this business. Even though you are your own boss, you need to schedule time. I don't care if it's 1 hour a day, 2 hours a day, 4 hours a day, all day long. Whatever you set yourself for, you got to follow it. You are now your own boss, and you got to follow those rules, just like you would if you work for somebody else. But and also you got to be able to, when you work for somebody else, you work maybe 5 days a week. Some people work 6, but you have a day of rest. Well, the same thing with this business. You need to have that day where you can just kind of get away from it, just kind of clear your mind, kind of recharge, and then go again. So I never recommend everybody do this 7 days a week, 365 days a year. It's just too overwhelming. But you certainly have to bring yourself to task and decide what you're going to do, when you're going to want to do it, what kind of time slot you're going to give yourself for that each day. So now what do I have here? Okay, love promos. Yep, great idea. However, the times are not always favorable to some. We just find ourselves rolling in one promo after another. It's been like a blitz lately. I would love trainings on how to cope with these. Yeah, absolutely. We can talk about that. I'll be honest with you, I don't buy every promo. If a promo I look at it and it goes, okay, that's a promo, but I have my auto ship every month anyway, and I got enough of that in product and stock, I don't buy it. Sometimes I wish I could, because it's some of them are really good deals, and the really, really good deals, I'll find a way to sell to buy it, because I'll have it pre-sold. And again, I try to build this business. I'll be very candid with you guys. I can afford to buy whatever I want to buy. But I try to run this business the way I would run it if I just had, basically the kind of money I had back when I was in my 20s. I try to think of it that way, because that's the way most people are going to be. So I like to do the business the way that I can duplicate the business, rather than the way that I maybe could do it now myself. So I hope that makes sense. So again, that's primarily what I wanted to go over with today. Today's going to be a relatively short call. Please tell everybody they missed some good training there with that with our new language thing. I think that I'm gonna be pushing that hard over the next month or two. With what we're doing for international expansion. We're in Ukraine now. We're going to be in Russia in another month. We're going to be open in Turkey. The whole EU is open for grabs. The whole old Soviet Union bloc, Kazakhstan, all the Georgia, all those previous countries that used to be part of the Soviet Union, we're going into them very soon. So and Asia is just we're just scratching the surface on Asia, and Asia is always the biggest, basically platform for any network marketing company. Asia is always the one that goes the craziest, and we're not even there yet. So, I mean, the potential for us to grow in this business over the next couple of years, or next 10 years actually, is just phenomenal. And you just want to be part of it. So having said all that, I did say this is going to be a question and answer period. You guys have been doing great writing stuff in here, and I'll go over this again and make myself some notes. But if any of you want to ask me specific questions right now before we close, I'll be glad to answer them. If you can either type them in, or if you prefer, you can just unmute yourself and ask a question. If you start to unmute yourself and two people do it at the same time, please one of you just mute yourself back so we don't have any background noise. And we'll take you one by one until all the questions are answered. So does anybody have any specific questions they'd like to ask me? Don't be shy. What?
Wait a
minute, you're not coming in. You're coming in really broken up. Hold on. Let's see.
Am I back?
You're
Am I back?
you're not coming in so we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
No, it's just garble.
Okay, I'll put it in the text.
Oh, okay, yeah, just type it in. I'll be glad to answer it. While he's typing in a question there, Happiness, I got to ask, what did you think of the translations?
I think that's really, really amazing. Like, going to help so many of us and so many prospects. I mean, looking at just a little bit that we did in South Africa with a different presentation in a different language, it was already a big change. And I didn't even know there was a gap there, but I realized for the first time there was a gap. And now we're going like internationally that way. It's going to help so many people. It's amazing. And I have friends in Mexico who's always been asking for that. So I'm really happy.
Fantastic. Fantastic. I was hoping that my first day back, there'd be, 30, 40 people on here. Obviously today it didn't happen, but because I really think that I want so desperately to spread the word on this, because again, I talked to Apollo the other day from Uganda, and he said he was talking to some people from the DRC, and we've got people that speak, in the DRC, they speak French, a little bit of English, but for the most part, it's primarily Swahili. And so if you want to grow in that country of 98 million people, you've got to be able to reach them and explain things to them. So again, we're working on the presentation, and we're working on the back office training. Both will be in Swahili, so they can learn how to do the business. So again, I just think this is going to open some doors for us that nobody else has. I'm looking forward to it. Let's see, what did he say? Can you share your experience with opening up Ukraine and what we need to start doing ahead of other countries opening? Sure. I'll tell you that, guys, the thing to do in any country is, as I've said before, there's a couple ways of doing this business in other countries. Like in the United States, if you want, no matter what country you want to start building in, I find the easiest thing to do is to reach out to organizations in this country, in the United States, or wherever you're from. Reach out to, when I was looking for Ukrainians, I went on Facebook and looked for groups that said Ukrainians in the USA, Ukrainians in North America, Ukrainians in New York City, Ukrainians in Boston. The same thing you could say. You could even do the same thing in, say, Kenya. Let's use as an example. Ukrainians in Kenya, Ukrainians in Nairobi. And once you find that group, you have to change up names enough until you find where the groups are. But once you find the group, just reach out to them and just start a conversation. This is a this business is all about connections. It's all about building friends first and then business partners second. So if you reach out to, once you find somebody in that country, I'm going to again use the US as an example. If people are in a group in, say, New York City that are from Ukraine, there's a couple things that you're going to have for an advantage. Many of them are going to speak English because they're trying to assimilate into our country, right? They won't all speak English, but many of them will. So basically now you've got people you can talk to, and you've just overcome the language barrier because they are trying to assimilate into our country. So you start talking to them, you build up a relationship with them, you garner some trust, and then eventually they're going to ask you, what do you do for a living? And you tell them, and you tell them, hey, by the way, we're just getting ready to open Ukraine. Do you have any friends over there that might be interested? Well, now you got a potential for this person or persons you've just built relationships with in this country. They may either continue to build in the United States using the group that you're already in, okay, and they'll start working it from the Ukrainian language standpoint, so you garner a little trust there amongst them, and they also can reach back to the home country and find out if anybody over there is interested, and then introduce you, and through them they can be an interpreter for you and build. So that's one way. Another way is I did some advertising. I've done some advertising where I had the ad put in Ukrainian. And then just reached out over there and tried to build relationships. There's plenty on my phone. I have a Google Translate app that does a fairly good job of getting across what I'm trying to say. There's always that one or two times when you think you're saying one thing and Google translates it totally different, but usually the person on the other side gets that, and they have a good laugh and move on. But again, it's all about just building the relationship first. And that's what I've been doing for the last several months, is getting to know people, getting to friendly with them, trusting them. There's nothing wrong with making new friends. And if you can take those friends, eventually make them business partners and help them earn, life-changing income, so that not only are they your friends, but they feel like part of your family. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. And I think the biggest mistake people make when they build anywhere is they think about money first and relationships second. This is a relationship building business. You build relationships, and eventually those relationships become customers or fellow business partners. That's the best way to do this. What does that require? It requires some patience. Some people, people go on, and they just met you today, and they go, hey, I'm in a business. You want to be part of my business partners? That isn't going to work. They just met you, okay? You got to build that relationship. Find out if they're married. Find out if they have children. Find out where they, particularly where they live, what kind of work they do. Eventually, they're going to ask you what you do too. But again, you build that relationship, that friendship, that trust first, and then they're willing to listen to what you have to say. Does that mean they're going to join you every time? Of course not. But and don't, if you've made a friend and they decide they don't want to be a customer or affiliate, I value friends very much. So if you generate a friend in another country, even if they don't want to do the business, a friend is a friend. I mean, so stick with them. And who knows, down the road, they might come on later, or they may, as you're chatting with them and keeping the relationship open, maybe they'll suggest somebody they know that would be interested. So this business is about relationship. It's about a communication. So you can't be afraid of different languages. You just got to be able to work through it, make it a challenge that you're going to meet people. Once I found several people in Ukraine that speak English and speak obviously Ukrainian and Russian. And so I work with them. They become the focus of my business. I make them my leaders, and then everything we build, whether I find the distributors or they find them, whatever, I sign them up under them. I let them enroll them. So I'm helping them succeed. And it comes across as me not being greedy, because I'm going to make out well either way. But it shows that you care. It shows that you're really trying to help other people make money. That's my long-winded answer to your question. Let's see what else. Building trust and relationships. Some of us need careful training in patiently building relationships. Yes, I think that's one of the weakest points of people in this business. They don't they don't understand that this requires patience. This requires, you got to love people. You got to, if you're somebody that doesn't like people or doesn't like to chat with people, then you're gonna struggle, because this business is all about meeting new people around the world, getting to know them, getting to like them, building that relationship. You know, I have people in 62 countries, and in most of those countries, if I for some reason got trapped in that country tonight, I was on a plane and got grounded there or something, there's probably somebody that I could call. If they were close enough, they would find a way to come and get me, and their family would help me. Okay. And that's because we're friends. Okay. Because they know I would do the same thing for them. I have had many people talk about coming to the United States, and I say, if you come to the United States, I have a 6-bedroom house here. You're more than welcome to stay with me. You know, so again, it's all about relationships. It's all about wanting to meet people. Okay. If you're not a person who's feels that way, then you are going to struggle in this business. Let's see, 62. I'm as shocked as anybody else. Over the years, I've built up relationships with 28,000 people in 62 countries. And again, it's all from patience, from taking one step at a time, meeting people, and getting to the point where you enjoy their company and they enjoy yours. So we're getting close to the end here. Any other questions? If not, I'm going to close this out today. I really appreciate what you guys are giving back some great information that I can really take, and I can go back and I can listen to the recording on this. I can see the chat, and it's going to help me a lot as far as planning over the next few months. So thank you. We might not have had a huge group tonight, but we certainly had good quality people here tonight. So you gave me a lot to think about, and spread the word that we're going to be doing this. I'll be talking to Adrian here very shortly and seeing about changing, but I think I'll probably change to 1 hour later starting next week. So keep that in mind. Other than that, thank you guys for coming on. Love all of you. I sincerely want to help all you succeed. I can't wait until we are all at convention someday and you're walking across stage as a ranked affiliate, and I can be at the bottom of the stage waiting to give you a hug and congratulate you when you come off the stage. So having said all that, Oleg, you're for some reason you come across totally garbled, but it was a pleasure to see you on here.
Hello.
Oh, that's better.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I came in a little late. Is it possible to have a recorded version?
Possible to have a what?
A recorded version? Recorded version of the training.
Recorded version, sure. If you go to Dale, this will be on my dalefranklin.net in probably 2 days, 2 or 3 days. So please watch for it. And I'll make a note that when it gets done, do I have you on WhatsApp?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm on WhatsApp.
Okay, I will make sure you get it.
Okay.
All right. Fantastic, guys. Well, I love all of you. I want you to succeed. I hope you want to succeed as hard, as bad as I want you to succeed. So have a great week. Let me know if I can help you in any way, and I'll see you next Monday.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.